Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie Part 1. It is Sunday, June 15th, 2025, and I'm so happy that you are joining us this week. Happy Father's Day! I hope that you're having a fabulous day and celebrating all the fathers in your life. Mom and I have some fun projects to share with you today, including a little sample of a Father's Day card that I made for my husband. So let's turn the camera around to my desktop and get started. All right, we are back in the annual catalog with today's featured suite. We are going to use products from the Turtly Cute suite. Every time I say it, it just makes me laugh. The Turtly Cute suite is part of the Suite Collection sale. Don't forget about that. We're halfway through June, and so you can buy one, get one 50% off all suites and suite products. So that includes the suite collection, like all of the things in the suite, or the individual products. So you can get like the dies and then get the stamp set half off, or the stamp set and then the paper half off. So it's just such an awesome sale. It's happening now until the end of June. And it's a mix and match sale, so you can choose whichever products you like, and it's always going to be the lowest priced items that get the discount. So if you get like 2 suites and 2 designer papers, the designer papers are going to be half off. It's not 1 suite and 1 designer paper. So just take note of that and order accordingly. The Turtly Cute Suite Collection includes some really fun 12 by 12 designer paper featuring the adorable turtles throughout the seasons. We've got some spring turtles and some summer turtles. More summer turtles with the picnic basket and ice cream cone and the bike. This one can be die cut with one of the coordinating dies. And then we've got our band. I love these so much, all the different instruments. And then some birthday turtles, and this turtle and the dancing turtle. Both of those can be die cut with the coordinating dies. This is a 12 by 12 paper, but I am like running out and I do not have any more of this paper except for this piece. So you'll have to watch part 2. Mom's going to show you the whole 12 by 12 piece so that you can see, but it's essentially got different vignettes that you can cut apart and use. And you see that a little bit here on the page here, how they've cut the different pieces out to make different scenes with that designer paper. But to see that whole sheet, you'll have to watch Mom's part 2 video. And then on the back side, we've got all the different kind of B-side patterns that are just fantastic with stripes and polka dots and little turtle shells and the music notes. I love those. In addition to the designer paper, we've got some stamps which have lots of different images. These are shown at 80%, so they're a little bit bigger in real life. And the dies die cut those images, but also there's some detailed dies that die cut some fun accessories like an apron and a chef's hat and a watering can and a banjo. There's some brims for the hats and microphone dies. So all the little stamp images, all of those can be die cut with the dies. And then, like I pointed out, some of the images from the designer paper, and then also including some of the other little ones like the birds and the flower. Those can also be die cut using the dies. To round out this suite, then we have some beautiful ribbon. This is shaded spruce and soft sea foam on the back. Very soft ribbon. I think it's a little tricky maybe to tie a bow on the double-sided ribbon, but you can just kind of maneuver your ribbon to have the side up that you want, and it's kind of a gorgeous ribbon. I think this one's going to be nice for Christmas.
Oh, I agree.
And then
you mentioned the 50% off sale because I didn't.
Oh,
as well as the other thing that goes with this suite.
I forgot to remind you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
But the suite sale is happening all month. I'm sure we'll talk about it next month too. Okay, so then the gems, these are like a hexagon gem. They're kind of faceted and they come in shades of green. That's what they're called. So we've got like a shaded spruce, like a pool party, lighter green there, a granny apple, lemon lime twist, a really, really light soft sea foam, but I think it's almost clear. And there's two sizes. There's the bigger ones and the smaller ones. And Mom reminded me, I almost forgot because I just don't think about the scrapbooking kits as much, but this suite has a coordinating scrapbooking workshop kit. And this,
I forgot to mention it myself, so
I
thank
know.
you for
Well, thank you for reminding me. The scrapbook workshop kit has 3 2-page layouts, and everything is designed for you. So you just follow along the instructions. It has stickers and 2-tone cardstock for the page bases, and then all the pieces. Now sometimes these kits include some different patterns of designer paper that are specific to the workshop kit. So you might see something that looks a little bit different, like this one has some, it looks like sprinkles on that designer paper. So that is specific to the workshop kit. But then there's also an option where you can get the designer paper plus the stickers outside of the workshop kit, and those are back here. And so if you want just the designer paper, you can get that alone, or you can get it with the sticker sheet, which just has some extra little images for some fun cards. So you can kind of do your own scrapbooking. Then there's a stamp set that kind of goes with it, the Turtley Suite, with some different elements that are more focused on memory keeping, and 2-tone cardstock that specifically coordinates with the Turtley cute designer paper. So fun. Now, if you love scrapbooking, be sure to check out the virtual album retreat. I thought I had a paper for that. That one is coming up in July, actually over my birthday. And it includes materials to make a whole album, 12 2-page layouts. It has a pretty big price tag, but it is like 3 days of scrapbooking training on a Facebook group, and you can put those pages all together. It includes page protectors, 4 different stamp sets, lots of goodies. Are you signing up for this one, Mom?
I am not.
I also have been on the fence. I don't scrapbook, and so I think I would enjoy making the pages, and you can see them all on the web page, on the store page. They look fantastic, but I'm just like, if I make these pages, will I put anything on them? Oh, I don't know, but it looks like such a fun idea. I love the idea of a virtual retreat gathering. And look at that, like everything comes bagged and ready to go. So I think it's going to be such a great event. And if you love to scrapbook, I think you should definitely check this out, the virtual album retreat. I've been sharing feedback and telling them, make a card making one.
Oh, that one definitely.
Right? So hopefully we'll see something like that. Well, before I get started with my card, I want to share some samples that I made. I just finished up this one while Mom was filming her video. I couldn't help myself. In that summer designer paper, there is a little barbecuer wearing an apron. Jim always has got his apron on while he's grilling and smoking. And so I made this card for him. I'll have the kids sign it. And just cut out those images from the paper. I took the Happy Father's Day from the Trusty Tools stamp set. And then on the inside, you're the most awesome. I still have to make Dad's card using the popcorn stamp set. It's going to be late. I feel so bad, but I bought that bundle specifically to make a birthday card for Pop with the popcorn. So I'm going to work on that. I'll work on it later today or tomorrow and get in the mail late, but it's going to be so much fun. So we got our Father's Day card because it's Father's Day, and then some other cards here. These were done with the back pocket card layouts. This one with the embossing folder, a little blending there in the background. It's okay to take it slow. And then same sentiment here. This is one of the beach the beach ones. I love that drink and just like taking it slow at the beach. That is totally my speed. Here's one with the one of those backgrounds. This is one of the band guys playing a little birthday serenade, perhaps, or just a little concert. And this was a swap card from Celine Kempton. Love the way she just used some of the designer paper to create the background on this card. And this is one Mom showed hers. I did this in a Sunday stamping video, so I had to show this one. Little slider card. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. So you can see the other color variation on Mom's video if you want to check that out. And I'll link to the original Sunday stamping video if you missed this one, so you can check that out. We use the birthday wishes or arched wishes and everyday arches dies. And then I brought in some of that turtle paper.
Cute, cute, cute.
All right, well, today I want to focus on the stamp images in the Totally Awesome set because there are just so many cute ones. And yes, you can fussy cut designer paper and you can die cut designer paper, but I thought it would be fun to do some stamping. And yes, that means I'm going to color. I was inspired by this card from Sandy Carlson. This is using the Floral Impression Suite, and it has kind of a little accordion card that pulls out in a little pocket. And I think I've done something kind of similar to this before on a Sunday stamping video, maybe a dozen or 100 episodes ago. I don't remember. But I was showing it last night when I was doing, or Friday night when I was doing my regular live stream, and I was sharing some other floral impressions cards, and I was like, oh, this is so fun, we got to make this. So we are going to do a little accordion style card like this, inspired by Sandy's, except with turtles. And so I've got my pieces ready to go. I was looking up, and like, now that I've got the lights on, I'm thinking that Poppy Parade might have been a better match for the red, but I used real red, and I think it's so small that it could go either way. So for the main card base, I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of real red, and the designer paper to go on that is 4 by 5 1/4. That's the top measurement. And then I have the accordion card piece. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 3 1/4, 6 1/2, and 9 3/4. So you have like a little flap there for the pocket. And then 3 pieces that are 3 by 4. So I've got designer paper, I have the Daffodil cardstock embossed, and I have some white cardstock as well. And then I couldn't decide, so I have 2 options for circles and greetings. You only need to have one, but this is the 2 3/8 inch circle, and then a little 3/8 inch piece for the greeting. I have 2 options, Balmy Blue and Flirty Flamingo. So Mom, you can help me decide when it's time. And then a piece of cardstock for stamping and die cutting, and another little strip. This is 3/4 inch by 4 to go across the front with that turtle design. So let's start with our stamping, and we'll do some coloring and die cutting. I should have had these pieces done ahead of time, and I'm sorry that I didn't, but I think they'll go pretty quick. So we're going to stamp our turtle, and he is going to hold an ice cream cone and a balloon because he's having a good time. He's going to party. And then for the sentiments on the front, I am going to do Sweet Friend.
Aww.
So we'll decide on that. And then on the inside, our fantastic pun. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. Now, do you remember many conventions ago, we attended, I don't even remember where it was, probably Las Vegas, and Brent Steele, the former director of art at Stampin' Up, he always made bird cards, and one time he did this headless bird card. I don't even remember what the stamp set was. The bird wasn't the main image in the stamp set, but I bought this stupid stamp set just because of his card. So he inked it up strategically so that the bird didn't have a head. Do you remember this?
Vaguely. The one I remember with was when he wore like a chicken hat and then got his cheek in the ink.
He was so funny to watch on stage.
really was.
So we have our headless bird, and now I'm going to take the party hat and I'm going to stamp it over the bird so that it looks like he is having too much fun.
I love that.
All right, so we're going to do some coloring. I know I don't do a lot of coloring, but these are easy images to color because they are so little. So I don't have to do a lot of shading, and that is my speed for coloring. Not a lot of shading is my sweet spot. I'm actually going to switch here and do the dark real red for the polka dots, balmy blue for the card or the party hat. Our birds are going to be Daffodil Delight. So I've got some dark first. I'm going to add just some lines around the wings. And then come back with the light and color that in. I brought in a little bit of smoky slate just to have like a little shadow that they're standing on, so they're not just floating. And then for my turtle, I'm going to use that daffodil again, and I'm going to do the I think this is an old one and it's starting to fray. I'm going to do the body. And the spots. I'll come in with some dark and just kind of highlight those lines. I have Granny Apple Green for the rest of the turtle. And I'm going to do light first. I know you could go either way. I like to do the light first because then when I add the dark, it kind of blends in with the color that's already down.
Yeah, there's really no right or wrong. I've done it both ways. I'm more, you know, I'm trying to figure out if I have a favorite way. So far, no.
I really think it sometimes just depends on the image.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm going to use dark green for the shell. Sometimes I go too fast. That's my problem with coloring, is I just don't have the patience. And especially when everyone's watching me.
Oh, you're doing great. Considering we have some artists in the family, your daughters are.
Yes, I know. And part of the secret, they will tell you, is just like being patient and layering the colors, and that's just not my strong suit, patience. When it comes to coloring, I'm a patient person. I'm just not patient with myself when I'm trying to color. Now, with the balloon, I want to leave that little spot. Balloons, I feel like, are tricky to color.
They can be.
Like getting that shading just right. Our ice cream cone is going to have pecan pie. See, I told you I was looking at the colors. Pecan pie for the cone. A little, just a hint of some darker. And then I'm using Flirty Flamingo for the ice cream. And if you look closely at the polka dot paper that I'm using, it has some pink and some yellow and some blue and some red. And actually, as I'm looking at this, the dots, I think that actually might be more like Darling Duckling of the yellow.
Or crushed curry. But I think it picks it all up.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't think it much matters.
I think you're right. So we've got some dies. We're going to die cut these really quick. And I need, what's the other one I need?
Upper left for the balloon?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, nice.
I've got my little sticky pieces.
I love that stuff.
Yes, this is the Post-it labeling and cover-up tape, and it's so perfect because it's not too sticky, so it holds the die down without tearing the paper.
Yep.
And you can use it over and over and over again. Gonna get out my little die cutting machine. All of these dies will fit into the little mini machine, so that is super handy. Earthquake! Okay, now one thing that's really fun about these turtle dies is that the dancing turtle and the one I just die cut has a special little die feature. It die cuts the arms. Yeah, so the dancing guy, it's this arm, and the other guy, it's the opposite arm. And so you can tuck things under those arms, like a microphone or an ice cream cone. So I think that's such a cool little feature of the dies, which is why I wanted to show you. I wanted to make sure to show you that and die cut this stamped image. Okay. Let's get our card put together. The rest of the card is pretty straightforward. We're going to start with that piece on the back. It's so hard to cover up all the cute,
Isn't it?
all the cute turtles, but I needed a background piece, so it's going to be the stripes. And then this is our piece for the pocket. So the pocket like this, and then it's accordion fold. And so we're going to get nice, good creases. And before we glue this down, I want to add a little 1 3/4 inch circle notch. Like that. Now this designer paper, the polka dot paper, is going to go on the inside where the pocket is, just to kind of highlight that pocket area. And because we want this to be a pocket, we're going to use some tear and tape only on the sides and keep the center open. Then you can stick your card in there like that.
If you use the bride and groom, that would be cute.
Yes.
I love that bird with the hat.
I know, right? So cute.
Really not headless. It's just you can't see it.
Yes. Well, when you stamp it, it's headless, but then you give it a head. So our embossed cardstock is then going to go on the front flap, the top here. And we'll add that strip of designer paper across the bottom. Here's where I need your help. We're going to layer our images. We're going to have him hold the red balloon and the ice cream. And so should we put that on a white circle? And with the white circle, I like the blue. Or should we do more of a pop of color and do a blue circle?
Ooh, oh, Jules.
I know, with the pink.
they're both great, but I think I like the white circle. It kind of pops the turtle up a little more. So I think I would go with the white circle.
Okay, do you like the white circle with the pink or the white circle with the blue?
Let's do blue because his ice cream is pink.
Okay, perfect.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this little turtle.
Don't go there.
I don't know how to check. So we went to we went to the zoo on Thursday for Claire's birthday, and there were cockroaches.
Oh, jeez.
And so there was a junior zookeeper who had the cockroaches out, or one cockroach out that you could hold if you wanted to, if you were brave. And so
must have been her glory.
Well, so you probably don't know, if you're watching, that Claire had some cockroaches for a little while as a pet, more or less. They were on loan from school from the science teacher, and we returned them when she accidentally mated them, and then there were cockroach babies, and
I'm so glad to see an empty spot when those cockroaches went back to school.
Well, I think they were supposed to be for a school project, and she was like going to teach them how to like go through mazes, but that didn't work out. Apparently cockroaches like aren't smart like that. So anyway, they did end up going back to school, much to our delight. And but yes, so we had the cockroaches and at the zoo, and so I was asking, like, how can you tell if it's a boy or a girl cockroach? And the junior zookeeper was like, I don't know. Okay, so I did that really fast. I'm sorry. I put dimensionals on the back of the turtle and added it to the circle. I also added like a little dimensional underneath the hand just to kind of help that stick out just a little bit. There's one back here, and I'm going to add the circle to the card with just regular adhesive. Then we'll add the sweet friend with...
Oh, cute card.
Oh, thank you. It's totally cute.
It is.
Sweet friend right there. So we're almost done. We got to add this whole thing to the card base. And I debated whether or not it needed, you know, like ribbon or twine or something to hold it down. But I think it's okay. Like when it's in the envelope, it kind of will lay flat. And then it's clear when it opens how, you know, how it's meant to unfold. Using tear and tape here, I really want to make sure that it stays put. I'm just going to center that.
Oh, look at that.
Gotta add some bling.
There we go.
And I'm thinking of kind of pulling in some of that blue again. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Very sweet.
Sweet friend. Hope your birthday is totally awesome.
Aww.
All right, well, that is my card this week. If you enjoyed this week's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and Mom's so you don't miss out on future Sunday stamping videos. It is time now to head over to Mom's channel for part 2 of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie so you can see what she has created with this turtly cute sweet.
And I'm going to have to say go Tigers because I won't be able to watch the live because we'll be watching a baseball game downtown.
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you over, well, I'll see you over on Mom's Chat. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.